the success of the legal workplace. How does that role do that? Well, in the beginning, you're coming in with some knowledge, some legal knowledge. Maybe you have some knowledge about what you're going to be doing every day and how prepared you are or not. And maybe that's a worry of yours, whether you're prepared or not. And so when I went in, I had zip, no knowledge of what they did in the law firm. That was where I started. And so as I learned some things, this is what I did. I wrote everything down in a notebook as far as what type of documents I put together. And I had to write, reminders to myself. So I started to understand, and all these puzzle pieces were fitting together very slowly. Over a period of 3 to 4 months, I started to see the big picture. And I saw my impact. My impact was that I was absolutely good at dealing with clients over the phone and in person, because I frankly worked a lot in retail and I really liked it. So even though, yes, as a child, I was extremely introverted and shy, including into my 20s and early 30s. But then I opened a business, a plant nursery, before I ever went into legal. And I dealt with clients all day long, and it was fun because I grew up in my grandparents' Italian deli and another aunt and uncle's deli. And so I got to see people a lot, not necessarily wait on them, but as a cashier in a supermarket, I waited on people. So if you've done any of that, it has a great impact on the legal workplace. Being a person who can keep things organized, who can track deadlines, all of that helps the law firm. Your impact is huge, even as a beginner. And so I teach my students in the Beginner Paralegal Growth Accelerator course about the things that they have to do to stay on track, and many other things as well. But I used a notebook to track everything that I had learned. I didn't write client names in there because that's private information. But you will have an incredible impact if your mind is open to learning. And in fact, 32 years later, I'm still learning. It's a never-ending learning journey. So if you keep that in mind and you seek after additional knowledge, you take an online webinar, you take classes elsewhere. I used to do in-person classes before the online classes were really a thing. And now even attorneys are online taking required classes they have to take every year. So do that for yourself. Never stop. Invest in yourself. It's so important. When you're changing to a different area of law, there might be a webinar you can take to teach yourself, okay? And Google is your BFF. Remember that. So the impact is huge. We are part of the engine that drives that legal workplace. So never doubt that your value is immense. Okay? Even if you don't get positive feedback, sometimes you have to ask for it. Did I do that project okay? Were you happy with it? Could I have done anything better? And ask, even that if that feels hard, ask it anyway. And write down those things that you need to improve on. Constantly do this. And get that feedback, but also take a deep dive, drill down within yourself. What could I have done? Why did I make that mistake? And fix that, solve it. We are huge problem solvers in the workplace. So yes, you can have an impact even as a beginner. If you're constantly learning, if you don't expect everybody at the legal workplace to be your teacher because they're extremely busy. So have your questions on a piece of paper ready to ask and get them all answered, right away, unless there's an emergency or something and you need to go down and keep track of those questions. Put that in your notebook as well, okay? And remember that this is a process, and the journey hopefully will be long for you in this career. So buckle up. It can feel like a roller coaster ride, but boy, after about 6 months to a year, you're going to feel like you have more of a handle on everything in your first job. And don't be afraid to change jobs when it's needed, okay? Gone are the days when you're in the same job for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, okay? Those days are gone. Now, stay tuned because there's a free workshop coming up. Did I say free? Yes. And that one will be how to break into the paralegal field without experience. This is the single hottest topic for the paralegal field, the question I get asked the most. So that will be coming up on the 18th at 11 a.m. Eastern. The replay will be up for about 4 days, and there'll be a private group where the replay will be stored. Okay, so I'm setting all that up for you right now for the launch, which will be a week from this Tuesday. Okay, and I will put up information here in a post. I'll talk about it, and I'll tell you what my website to go, and it's not ready yet, to enroll and just get registered for this free class. So then I can send you an email with the link, because we're going to be live. We're going to be live on StreamYard, and so you'll need a link to come into that, okay? So you have to be registered. And that's it for today, so stay tuned for that information, more than likely coming up tonight, and more even on Monday. So have a great day today. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll be talking to you in the next video. Bye.